Four additional UCSC students were shown the segment from the Colbert Report, and each had their own unique reaction.
I felt really bad for the elephant seal because there are like a lot of ugly animals in the world and they don't need to be made fun of.
I thought it was funny. It was good. I think if someone named me after something and he called me ugly, I would probably be offended.
I felt like he was just kind of making fun of the whole incident when I think when you're named after something, you should feel really honored. But at the same time, I don't really feel like having an elephant seal named after him was appropriate.
I didn't really have much of a reaction to it because I didn't really think that naming the seal Stephen Colbert or after Stephen Colbert was that big of a deal. I don't really think Stephen cares. I don't really think the seal really cares. I don't think Stephen Colbert really means anything in like a derogatory manner because, he's just doing a comedy show. Most people who watch that show go and watch it with the thought in the back of their head like, oh, this guy isn't really, really serious about anything.
Keep an eye out for a retaliation video message from Stellafant Colbert in the coming weeks. This elephant seal has more ammo than an armada of Navy SEALs.
Thanks, Renee. In more celebrity news, last week was the 81st Annual Academy Awards. The biopic Milk won 2 Oscars for Best Actor in a Leading Role and Best Original Screenplay. In their acceptance speeches, both winners made blunt and clear demands for equal marriage rights across the country, specifically advocating the gay community. Next week, on March 5th, there will be a hearing for the overturning of Proposition 8, which is the ban on gay marriage, at the courthouse in San Francisco. On a more local note, where can you find handmade scarves, vegan cakes, and spontaneous dance parties? Well, you don't have to go far. Right at the Kresge Food Co-op, there's good food and a relaxed place to hang out. Here's Rachel Pettit with more.
Hi, I'm Rachel Pettit, reporting with Banana Slug News. We're here outside the Kresge Food Co-op to explore what's inside the campus's only grocery store.
Hi, my name is Annalise Kinney, and I've been working at the food co-op for about 1.5 years. We're all student-run, all volunteer, nonprofit, and what we do is we do hirings every quarter, where you come and fill out an application and make a 1-year commitment to work with us. Although we also have working members, which is a similar application process. You come to the co-op and then sign on to do a project. But all kinds of people come to help out and do different volunteer tasks around the store. And we always love to do work trades and stuff like that. First heard about the co-op because I was a freshman in Kresge, and they had an open house where they were giving away free food and having a jam session, and so they had a hiring about a month later, and I was there. So I've been working here pretty much ever since I've been going to school here.
Well, I first started coming here a while ago. I'd go for hikes and stuff, and I just want to come in for some good food, and I started meeting really cool people. I realized it would be a really good place to sell my hats and my jewelry that I make. And recently, a lot more people have been bringing stuff in. I know this nice girl makes these headbands, and Lauren also makes some. These are a pair of her hand warmers. And I also have some hemp hats. These are made with hemp yarn. And actually I have some earrings too. These are some beaded earrings. And it's a really, really great thing for me to be able to sell my art because, it's harder downtown at some of the stores I sell at. They take a larger portion of, the price.
And I like to buy my bulk items here because I support independent operations that aren't tied to large big business because I don't idealistically align with big business corporations. Let's see, my favorite thing in the co-op would probably be the outside deck where folks can get together and sit down and enjoy each other's time.
I've been working here, I guess, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. I'm a new egg, so I'm not actually officially a core member, but as soon as I feel like I'm ready to be a fully integrated part of the co-op and own it as part of my own thing as well, then I become an actual core member. Part of the co-op is probably the people and the delicious food. It just kind of combines to create a really great space to hang out and make friends and really just exchange ideas about pretty much anything you could think of.
My name's Dima, and I've been working at the co-op for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm a new egg. I wanted to learn about consensus decision making and meet some new people.
I feel like I'm always surprised by how few people know about it. And I think this is a really cool space because it's one of the few spaces on campus that's all student run and not really directly related to the campus or to the regions. But what's good here is it's a really intentional community space. So I think if I could tell people anything, it's just to stop by and come visit us and hang out for a minute and just see what it's like.
Whether you're into health food, homemade accessories, or you just like dance parties, you'll find what you're looking for at the Kresge Food Co-op, Monday through Friday.
Thanks, Rachel. New legislation is making impacting changes for children product manufacturers. The Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act of 2008 aims to ensure products for children 12 and under do not contain dangerous quantities of lead. Here is Cherise Shoemaker with more on that story.
In August of 2008, President Bush and Congress approved the Consumer Product Safety Act, which requires that all retail clothing for children 12 and under run additional testing to decrease the quantity of lead in them, including popular stores such as Gap, Gymboree, Target, and Children's Place, even extending to all resale thrift stores. How are the local resale stores in Santa Cruz looking to comply with these new laws, and how aware were they to begin with?
I'm not really that familiar with it. I've heard about it on the radio a little bit, but the act is not something I'm familiar with. There's things that have been recalled. We want to keep our customers safe and comply with any laws that might apply. So we would definitely take anything off the shelf, or if we were aware ahead of time, we would not buy those items in.
Most Santa Cruz thrift stores refused to comment on the matter. The Salvation Army did, however, have a sign posted outside calling upon their customers to become equally involved in recalling any unsafe lead-containing products. With the new law only affecting children's clothing, how is it impacting the purchasing choices of some UCSC affiliates?
We are, as consumers, sometimes we don't focus on what we buy rather than just, it's a bargain and we want to buy it and it's going to help our kids. But we really don't know what we're buying, and it's important for us to understand what's going on behind the scenes.
I feel that the CPSC should have been raising awareness for it.
I'm not really surprised to find that there's lead in the clothes because they're made in factories.
I don't think it's as much of a deal with adult clothes because I feel like the younger kids are more vulnerable to the lead poisoning than the adults would be.
Clothing prices will go way up because of all that testing, and I still can't imagine how it's going to be consistent around the nation, much less in one community.
I never really thought about what kind of testing goes on with the clothing, but I guess if it's something that I should be concerned with, I probably would be asking now from now on.
Where is enforcement going to lie in making sure stores are selling safe merchandise, ensuring lead levels do not exceed 600 parts per million?
CPSC has the authority on the federal level to be enforcing it. We have investigators out in the marketplace.
One of UCSC's leading organic chemistry directors had a few of her own questions as to how manufacturers are testing the quantities of lead.
What I'd really love to know is what the testing process is, what kind of spectroscopy they're using to find the lead, how that's not destroying the clothing.
With these new developments mainly targeting large manufacturers, there are a few known retail alternatives such as Avatar, Eco Goods, and Life is Good that can be found locally here in Santa Cruz. Remember, active involvement regarding this matter can ensure the safety of all children. This is Cherise Shoemaker reporting for Banana Slug News.
Thanks, Cherise. Well, that's it for this episode of BSN.
To find out more about Banana Slug News, check us out online at www.bananaslugnews.org. Good news and good night.